Hi everyone, welcome back to my weekly meal plan. If you haven't listened before, each week I just basically share with you guys what is on my meal plan for my family for the upcoming week. The reason I do it is just because I think meal planning is really important for saving money, wasting less food, all that type of stuff, and for making your life easier for knowing by knowing what you're going to be making for the week. So I share my meal plan. Some of you might want to follow along with some of the recipes. Some of this maybe might just give you an idea of something you haven't made in a while, or maybe just give you some motivation to get your meal plan together. So my meal plan that I share every Wednesday morning runs from Saturday through Friday. That way, if you did decide to make any of the recipes, you would have enough time to put your shopping list together. Any of the recipes that I have a link for, I will share with you where the recipe came from. And I will also post them on the Facebook page. The meal plan is just for dinners. Occasionally it will include other meals, but primarily it's just dinners. I don't really plan for breakfast and lunch. We just usually have cereal or eggs or whatever for breakfast, and then lunch is like frozen pizza or leftovers or sandwiches or whatever. So this week's meal plan, and I forgot to mention too, I use a rotation of meals. So like you'll definitely have repetitiveness if you listen each week, but I do that to keep it easy so that my meal plan kind of creates itself. For example, we do hamburgers every other week. I do a Mexican theme every Tuesday. So I repeat meals so that they're kind of like the same types of things that we always eat. And there are new things here and there, but you'll definitely see meals repeat frequently over the course of the weeks. So this week's meal plan starts on Saturday, February 13th. So on Saturday, we are doing eggplant parmesan. The recipe is called Eggplant Parmesan 2, like Roman numeral 2, and that's from allrecipes.com. It's just like your typical eggplant parm, baked with sauce and mozzarella cheese. And then I'm also doing baked ziti with that as well, which is baked ziti 2, also Roman numeral 2. Which is also from allrecipes.com. And that's just a really simple baked ziti recipe. My daughter was asking for eggplant parm, so I decided to do that this Saturday. So for Sunday, we are doing oven fried breaded pork chops. That is from skinnytaste.com, and it's just basically a typical baked breaded pork chop in the oven. It's coated with panko breadcrumbs, a mixture of panko breadcrumbs and a combination of crushed cornflake crumbs, and some Parmesan cheese, and it comes out really good. The crust comes out pretty crispy in the oven for being baked. So we really like those. And then I'm making on the side with that, we're doing air fryer roasted cauliflower and broccoli. This is just a really simple way to make cauliflower and broccoli, or one or the other, in the air fryer. Of course, you could just roast it in the oven too. I usually do one or the other. I don't usually do both just because it's a lot to fit in the air fryer. If I was to do a whole head of cauliflower and a whole head of broccoli, of course I could do half of each, but I usually just purchase the item for one meal. So we're doing that, and then I'm just gonna do like some kind of a rice on the side, just like a boxed rice, like a rice-a-roni type side dish rice, whatever I happen to have or whatever I might pick up at the store. So Monday is hamburger night. So we are doing hamburgers. I don't really have a recipe for that. I just make patties with ground beef and fry them up. We are also doing homemade black bean veggie burgers, which is from allrecipes.com. That's for my one daughter who doesn't eat meat. I make those once in a while when we do hamburgers. And then we are also doing oven fresh seasoned potato wedges, which is also from allrecipes.com. These are one of our favorite side dishes for potatoes. You pretty much just take the potato, cut it in 8/4, cut it in, I'm trying to think, cut it in fourths, I believe. You cut it in half and then, no, cut it in eighths, sorry. You basically make it into wedges, and you toss it in a bag with like olive oil and seasonings and Parmesan cheese, and then you just bake it. They come out really good. And then we're going to do a can of pork and beans and a bagged salad on the side. I call it a bagged salad if I pick up one of those pre-packaged salads that comes with like the dressing and the toppings and all that type of stuff. So that is for Monday. Tuesday is our Mexican theme night, and we are doing Chipotle night, which this I don't really have a recipe for, but what we do when we do Chipotle night, I just make some rice I put out some black beans, some cheese, avocado, sour cream, salsa. I'm trying to think, I know there's other things. And then I'll do chicken under the broiler. I take chicken breast, cut it up in small pieces, toss it with a little olive oil and some seasoning, and broil it so it gets just a little bit crispy. And we just make our own chipotle bowls. Everyone can put whatever they like in the bowl. So that is for Tuesday. Wednesday, we are doing fried flounder. I actually started rotating this in every other week now. I'm trying to do every other Wednesday because it's something that my husband really likes, and my daughter can eat it because she doesn't eat meat, but she does eat fish. So it kind of works out good. So we're doing fried flounder. I just buy the bag of the frozen flounder from BJ's, and I just basically bread it in, dip it in egg and bread it in breadcrumb and fry it up. I have found that if you make the oil much hotter before you put the fish in, it cooks way easier and makes it way easier to flip. My husband actually figured this out because I always had trouble when I made fried flounder where the fish would just kind of fall apart while I was cooking it and trying to flip it. But if you get the oil really hot before you put it in, the crust will like crisp quickly, and then it just kind of keeps it much easier to cook. And then with that, I'm just making like a simple side salad, just with like lettuce, cucumbers, maybe some carrot, whatever else I have. And I usually always have like a bag in the cabinet of like croutons or like some other kind of salad toppings, and that's that for I missed what. There's a major part of that. It's not just fried flounder and simple salad. It's also easy rice baked casserole. I totally missed that. And that is from foodnetwork.com. And this is like a rice casserole bake. It's like cooked rice, frozen spinach, cheddar cheese, milk, eggs, all that kind of stuff. And you bake it and it's topped with cheese. It comes up, I really like it. It's pretty good. We're having that on the side with the flounder as well. Thursday, we are doing breakfast for dinner. So Thursday is the night I go grocery shopping. So I try and keep the meals really simple. So we usually either do like soup and grilled cheese or breakfast for dinner. So this Thursday is breakfast for dinner. And I'm just making scrambled eggs and turkey bacon in the oven. The turkey bacon in the oven is not really a recipe, but it's just 400 degrees. And I, for 10 minutes? Yeah, 10 minutes, and then flip it. And then another 5 to 10 minutes, depending on how crispy you like. You could do the same thing with regular bacon. I love making bacon in the oven now that I started making it that way. It's just so much easier than doing it on the stovetop, and I think it tastes just as good. And then we're also doing, we're just doing cut up potatoes, peppers, and onions in the air fryer for like a side to go with the eggs. And I pretty much just dice up the potatoes, dice up the peppers, dice up the onions, toss them with a little bit of olive oil and some seasoning, and then just cook them up in the air fryer. You could do the same thing roasting them in the oven, obviously, if you don't have an air fryer. So that is Thursday. So Friday, this is the last meal for the week, and we are doing mushroom pork chops, which is from allrecipes.com. And this is just like a really quick pork chop meal. You pretty much just brown the pork chops in a skillet, and you add fresh mushrooms and a can of cream of mushroom soup just to make like a quick kind of a gravy with the creamy soup and the mushrooms. And that's pretty much it. You just cook it until it's done. And then with that, I'm doing egg noodles on the side, and I'm doing air fryer Brussels sprouts. Again, you could just roast them if you don't have an air fryer. The air fryer Brussels sprout recipe is from allrecipes.com. But there's really not much to the recipe. It's pretty much just cut up Brussels sprouts, toss them with olive oil, salt, and pepper, and then just throw them in the air fryer until they're done. They come out really good that way. So that's it for this week's meal plan. I hope this is helpful to you. If you'd like to reach me or with feedback or comments or anything, you could reach me at my Facebook page, which is facebook.com/LolaSFrugalLife. You can also send a message through there through the Facebook Messenger. We also have a private listeners group, which is at facebook.com/groups/LolaSFrugalLife. It's been growing. We've been getting like a new request or two every couple of days. So we're getting a really nice group of people in there. I'd love to have you. Just submit a request and I will approve it. I usually check it every day. And then also don't forget to subscribe on whatever platform you're listening to this on. And then if you would be kind enough to leave me a rating or review, that would be super, super appreciated. And that's it for today. So thank you so much for listening, and I hope you have a really awesome day.